Sometimes you just want a pickup truck that you can customize to your heart's desire for your business. As pickup trucks have become the new go-to luxury vehicle for families, chassis cab pickup trucks have become the standard for commercial users who can upfit it as a box truck or a flatbed, or any other kind you can imagine. Well, Ram has always been a solid choice for commercial trucks, and the new 2025 upgrade for its chassis cab does not disappoint. So join us as we take a closer look at how the new 2025 Ram chassis cab has its competitors losing sleep. What's under the hood of the new Ram chassis cabs? Ram's heavy-duty lineup went through a major update, which changed a lot of stuff inside and out. So let's see what the new chassis cab Rams are powered by under the hood. The Ram chassis cabs share the same powertrain options as the consumer trucks of Ram 2500 and Ram 3500, as in, they have a heavy-duty V8 gasoline option as standard that can be upgraded to an inline-6 turbo diesel Cummins for a significant chunk of change. However, there are some changes, as commercial trucks have different needs when it comes to reliability and power. So let's see how these two engines stack up against one another. First up, we have the standard gasoline powertrain, which is the 6.4-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. This makes 405 horsepower and a respectable 429 pound-feet of torque. For people who will be upfitting the chassis cab as a box truck and will be hauling a lot of stuff, this engine will be able to do a lot of things they need surprisingly well. The standard gasoline engine comes coupled to an 8-speed auto transmission for smoother shifts and slightly better fuel economy. But if you are getting a chassis cab, but still need to tow a lot of stuff, you will have to upgrade to the 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel. While this is the same engine as you may find in non-commercial heavy-duty Rams, it only comes in the standard output version. The high-output version of this engine is not available in the chassis cab configuration, which can be a bummer for some people. It's still an incredibly capable engine even in its standard output version. In its standard output version, the 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel is able to put out 360 horsepower and 800 pound-feet of torque to make larger tows possible. In its higher output version, like we find in the standard Ram 2500 and 3500, this turbo diesel puts out 430 horsepower and a whopping 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Whether it's the standard or high-output engine, they are all coupled to an 8-speed automatic transmission. What can you tow and haul with the new Ram chassis cab? Now, what you can tow and haul depends a lot on your configuration of your chassis cab Ram, as it is incredibly configurable in a lot of senses. With its standard 6.4-liter gasoline powertrain, it can haul 9,700 pounds as a Ram 4500, and it can tow 21,500. On the other hand, if you get a Ram 5500, it can haul surprisingly more at 12,550 pounds, and it can tow the same amount in the back. If you want to upgrade the powertrain to the 6.7-liter inline-6 Cummins turbo diesel, the payload ratings do not change a lot. However, the towing rating goes up significantly higher. If you get the Ram 5500, it can tow as much as 34,540 pounds in a gooseneck fifth-wheel setup. If you're going to be towing more, the non-commercial Ram 3500 can still tow 36,500 pounds with the Cummins turbo diesel. So if you're going to be towing more than you will be hauling, getting the non-commercial truck can be a better choice. How can you configure the new Ram chassis cab? Well, as a commercial truck, the ways you should be able to configure it are very important at the end of the day. So for Ram chassis cab, you have a lot of options. You can either get it in a single cab or a crew cab configuration. For Ram 3500, you can only get the crew cab with a 5-foot space between the cab and the axle. If you need a crew cab and a lot of space between the cab and axle, you are going to have to upgrade to a 4500 or a 5500. In those models, you can get a crew cab and a 7-foot space between the crew cab and the axle. If you want to maximize the space between the cab and axle, you can always configure your Ram in a single cab, and you can get either 5, 7, 9, or 10 feet of space to upfit whatever you need, a flatbed, a box truck, or any other thing. So you can order your Ram in a variety of shapes and colors. What's the interior like of the new Ram chassis cab? For 2025, the Ram chassis cab receives several technology upgrades aimed at enhancing convenience and functionality. The standard infotainment touchscreen measures 8.4 inches, while an available upgrade increases it to 12 inches. Both screens support wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. As the details for the higher trims for the chassis cab haven't been released as of yet, we do not know if the higher trims will get the 14.5-inch infotainment screen in the Laramie trim. Drivers can also opt for a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and a newly available 10.3-inch passenger side touchscreen. The entire system operates on Ram's upgraded Uconnect interface, which delivers faster response times. Audio options vary by configuration, ranging from a 6-speaker setup to a premium 17-speaker system. Additional high-tech features include dual wireless charging pads, a 360-degree camera system, rear-view cameras, and a digital rear-view mirror. One of the things we love about the new chassis cab Ram interior is the fact, even though the gear lever is electronically controlled, like many other new trucks on the road these days, it still looks like a traditional column shifter, not a rotary dial shifter like many vehicles have these days. We can appreciate the tactile feel of the interior, as they are becoming less and less common across the board. Ram has made significant strides in enhancing its truck interiors, particularly in the upper trim levels, where luxury is a key focus. This commitment extends to its heavy-duty lineup, setting Ram apart from the competition in terms of interior refinement. Cab configurations vary, offering buyers a choice between a regular or crew cab, much like Ram's non-commercial heavy-duty models. However, the Mega Cab option, exclusive to select in the non-commercial Ram 3500 models, is not available in the chassis cab lineup. The regular cab provides seating for up to 3, while the crew cab adds a second row for additional passengers. Regardless of configuration, the seats across all models offer impressive comfort and support, which is not something we can say for some of the competition that offer a chassis cab pickup truck. The lowest trim, the Tradesman, stays true to heavy-duty truck traditions with its no-frills approach, featuring vinyl flooring, vinyl or cloth seats, and a smaller infotainment display. Moving up the trim levels brings increasingly premium touches, while keeping the interior focused on utility above all. This is a work truck after all, so Ram knows to keep it utilitarian instead of adding strange and unwelcome gimmicks to the interior. Pricing of the new chassis cab Ram. As with any type of commercial truck, the pricing is very important, as it is going to be the workhorse of many tradesmen working long and hard hours behind the steering wheel of it. So let's cut to the chase and look at how the new chassis cab Ram is priced. At the lowest level, we have the Ram 3500 chassis cab, and its most basic trim, the Tradesman, starts at a budget-friendly and accessible $48,685. Obviously, this has the standard 6.4-liter gasoline V8 engine. It also comes with standard steel wheels, not polished aluminum. It also comes with the 8.4-inch infotainment screen with Uconnect 5. The most important upgrade you may want to pay for is obviously the Cummins inline-6 turbo diesel, which is not cheap, but it is worth the upgrade in our opinion. The upgrade to Cummins costs $9,945, not something to scoff at. However, the standard gasoline engine is still more than capable for a lot of tasks, so if you won't be towing, you can save $10,000. Next up, we have the Bighorn trim, which can only be equipped in a 4-wheel drive setup. It comes with 18-inch polished aluminum wheels, chrome bumpers and grille, fog lights, electronically folding and adjustable mirrors, with the same interior features as the Tradesman. If you get the additional equipment package, you can also get dual-zone air conditioning, the bigger 12-inch infotainment screen, a 400-watt inverter, digital rearview mirror, dual glove boxes that can also be locked if you wish, tinted windshield glass to reduce the glare on long drives, and Harman Kardon speaker system. The base Bighorn Ram chassis cab starts at $56,210, and the luxury equipment group costs around $5,000. In terms of higher trims, we still don't have the pricing information for them, But we do know that the Laramie and Limited trims will be offered for the chassis cab as well, as they are being offered for the Ram 2500 and Ram 3500.